Hey, what is good, people? It's Devontae back in the house, man. Word up, man. And judging by the title, we got some bad news. Suriname did not qualify for the World Cup yet. They still have a chance, and I'm gonna explain uh, later on throughout the video how. Right, so Suriname was on top of their group before last night's game, and then they lost 3-1 to Guatemala. And I don't know how the hell you're losing to Guatemala, with all due respect. Because Suriname, when I look, the team consists out of players that play on a high level, right? Players that play in like abroad or here in the Eredivisie, and they haven't made, they couldn't qualify for the World Cup. They couldn't maintain the number one position in their group. I'm so disappointed. But at the same time, I kind of saw it coming because we're talking about a team that's full of like C-tier players, man. C-tier players. We don't even have like B-tier players, right? Because some of them are still like waiting for a Netherlands call up. I understand, but at the same time, like it's like, the pool, like the pool of players that we have in here is tough to crack through sometimes. So yeah, it's whatever. But C-tier players, right? Players are just like not good enough or just straight ass. And then the manager, Stanley Menzo, who played for Ajax back in the day. And, I'm a guy that loves to see a black manager succeed, but Stanley Menzo is not good enough, man. With all due respect, Stanley Menzo, you ass. So, yeah. He made the best out of it, but yet, if you cannot win against Guatemala, to me, you don't deserve to make the World Cup. You cannot beat some Guatemalan farmers, with all due respect. And the game that really messed up the chances of actually securing the top spot was the game against Panama that they fumbled. They choked twice. Because the game against Panama, they could have won that if they didn't concede equalizer in somewhere in the last minute of the game. And then this game, this team cannot deal with the pressure, but they don't have the players that also like to soak up the pressure and perform. They don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I'm also looking at y'all, and the Surinamese in me says, "You kaulo mapimas." My pom pom. Like how the hell you cannot win against Guatemala, man? How the hell did you fumble that game that you could have won against Panama at home? I'm so disappointed, but at the same time, it is what it is, man. I can't change it. It is what it is. But because Suriname still has a chance, though. But the journey that they have to take to actually still qualify for the World Cup through the playoffs is tougher than the group that they had. And I'm going to tell you why. So, like I said, Suriname, right, because they scored a goal against Guatemala last night, means that Honduras and Costa Rica were knocked out. So they didn't make the play. So they had no chance of making the playoffs. Right? So we eliminated them from the playoffs. So Suriname are like, because remember, there are a few teams that are in the playoffs. So Jamaica, because they lost to Curacao, and I'll get to Curacao later. Jamaica, Bolivia, and Caledonia. I never heard of Caledonia, but I think it's somewhere like near Australia, right? Congo, who just beat Nigeria, and Iraq, who just beat Saudi Arabia, right? So those are the teams that are in the playoffs. Congo and Iraq are in the finals, so they don't have to play the semifinals. The semifinals is now Suriname, Bolivia, Caledonia, and Jamaica. Suriname is going to face either Bolivia or Caledonia. And Jamaica might also face either two. So yeah, of course, everybody hopes for Caledonia because that's probably like the weakest team of everybody. But still, they still have to play two matches. Can Suriname deal with the pressure? With this team, no. But if you're able, right, to convince some players that actually play on high level, like Somerville, Biru, um, and some other players I might forget. I'm like Biru, Joel Biru, and Somerville, like the two that come up just like that. But like, if you're able to convince some decent players to actually play for the country, get this over the line, and also get a decent manager, right? I feel like there's a big chance, because remember, football is a funny game. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I'm not counting on Suriname, but at the same time, I'm also like very skeptical that they're actually going to beat either Bolivia or Caledonia in the semifinals, and whoever they're going to face in the finals, right? Because if they face Caledonia, then in the finals they'll meet Iraq, and Iraq is tough. And if they face Bolivia is probably the toughest. Then they'll face Congo, who's actually the best team in that whole playoff, because they have actually legitimate players. So Suriname is that's what I mean, man. If they finished the job yesterday, man, if they finished the job, then we wouldn't have to be worrying about the playoffs. We didn't have to worry about all those two tough matches that they still have to play. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. I'm actually also quite angry because I don't know how the hell, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you losing against Guatemala Farms when you got fucking like some fucking stupid ass Richard Margaret, right? I don't know what the hell where he learned to play football. This ain't FIFA. And then you got Shaquille Peanuts, the worst defender I've ever seen. Shaquille Peanuts. Know what I'm saying? Look a little more like Shaquille Peanut. Know what I'm saying? Richard Margaret, right? With a name like that, bro, you definitely play like a trick. No disrespect to women, because there are actually some great female footballers, especially some female football teams are better than men's teams. We can argue about that on some other day, but man, what the hell? Like I swear, man. And then I'm looking at, Curaçao. Now we get to Curaçao, man. Congrats to Curaçao, man. Curaçao. Bossacaba. Sad. I'm happy for them, bro, because I have a lot of people that, I have a lot of friends that are from Curaçao back in the day, and if they're still like around, then they're still my friends. But yeah, happy for Curaçao, man. Like we also have a big Curaçaoan community in this country, so of course through slavery and all that stuff, right? So yeah, man, I'm happy for Curaçao, man, making it like beating Jamaica, even though they tied, but they beat Jamaica because they only needed 1 point. I fucked up for Jamaica, man. Like I feel for Jamaica, and also Haiti, man. Like congrats to Haiti as well. And I'm happy for my wife because she also she got some Curaçaoan blood and she got some Haitian blood in her. So like this morning when I was congratulating her, she was like, "What are you congratulating me for?" Like, I was like, "World Cup." Like, oh, okay. She don't really care for football, but yeah, man. Again, Sapa say to my Haitians, Bossacaba to my Curaçaoans, and now I'm jealous of Curaçao, man, because they actually got Dick Afokad as a manager, a good manager, a proven manager, and we got Stanley Menzo. And I feel like in terms of like the level of players that Curaçao has, right? And I'm looking at Suriname, it's kind of neck on neck. It's neck on neck, but yet we didn't qualify. We succumbed to the pressure. We slipped. Like Zion Williamson back at Duke when he had the whack-ass Nike shoes. Slipped. Succumbed to the pressure. No, man, I'm also embarrassed because how the hell you cannot beat Guatemala, man? And even Panama, I'm like, you could beat Panama. With all due respect, man. I know Panama can be a thorn, and the half American in me knows that because they've been a pest. Like 2018, right, when we couldn't qualify for that World Cup. Like, I know it. But geez, man. Geez, bro. This team is not that bad. Shaquille Peanut Head, man, and then some, and then Margaret. More like Margaret Simpson, whatever it is, man. Like, yeah, so disappointed, man. So disappointed. So they better hope and pray and manifest, do whatever it takes to win that playoffs. And if not, then, it is what it is. But I'll be so over the moon if Suriname also can make history, man. We deserve it. Curacao, with all due respect, their national team just started 14 years ago. Suriname has been, like, in terms of, like, the people that we brought forth, like, especially when in the Netherlands, right? Gullit, Rijkaard, Vandenburg, Seedorf, Kluivert, Davids. And even till this day, like Van Dijk, Gravenberg, Noah Lang, Xavi Simons, man. Donjan Malen. I might even forget some names that people that I don't even remember, like Mario Melchior, Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank. I want to cry right now because it's like, bro, come on, man. And Curaçao just get it over the line. Kudos to them, man. I wish I was Curaçao right now. Jeez, bro. But I cannot change what I am. Just for that, man. Oh my Lord, bro. They over the moon and I'm just like here like, man. And people are like, why you don't support the Dutch national team then? Because like I don't really have a connection with them. The last time I had a connection with them was like Seedorf, Kluivert, and Davids. That's years ago. 20 years ago, man. 20 plus years ago. I was like a kid. Of course, I love to see diversity now in the Dutch national team, but there's not really players that I really support like that. Like, of course, some that I support, like Gravenberg and stuff, because he also Ajax, you know what I'm saying? And Noah Lang, Ajax, right? Justin Kluivert, Ajax. But even then, it's like not to the degree of like where I'm like, wow. Because even the Dutch national team, speaking of the Dutch national team, I don't know if they're even going to win the World Cup. I don't think so. They might make the quarterfinals, especially with the way they're playing with Ronald Koeman with his fucking dinosaur ass tactics, making us play like Ajax under Heitinga. Ain't gonna be like, no, because I don't know, like, if the Netherlands actually win, that'll be an incredible achievement. But come on, Spain, France, England. If England actually play good, those are Argentina. Those are the 4 teams that I feel like are better than the Netherlands. Like even Portugal, if Ronaldo, right, if the Portuguese homelander doesn't force to start and force himself to start and Roberto Martinez, right, actually lets them play. So yeah, there's some outsiders that are also like better than the Netherlands, but we'll see. And as far as USA goes, bro, listen, man, I love for the USA to do something crazy, but listen, man, we're talking about football here. So when it comes to football, the USA is miles removed from being as good as those teams. When it's basketball or something like that, okay, cool. But football, but yeah, I just want to see Suriname make history, man. That's bigger to me than the Netherlands winning the World Cup, because I love to see a country where my dad is from, right, that I'm proud of to have in my blood, that I'm proud of, that I'm cultured in the Surinamese culture and all that stuff. That make history, man. It's big, and it also means something big for every Surinamese kid here or a Surinamese football player that cannot get a call from the Netherlands to actually start playing for that country. That would be big, because I feel like that would be a major boost for the national team and for the Surinamese football as a whole, if they were able to make the World Cup, and if they're still able to make it. That would be big, man. That's why it's so important to me as well, because then I'll see the Surinamese national team also thriving, getting better players. You know what I'm saying? So it's fucked up, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is, and there's nothing I can do to change it, unfortunately. We just have to go through the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens, man. I'm not hopeful, especially if we're gonna draw Bolivia, right? Because that means that the semifinals is gonna be very tough, and then the finals against Congo, yeah, Congo's tough. Like the easiest, of course, will be Caledonia, but even Iraq. Like when you face Iraq in the finals, Iraq is no joke, man. Suriname better hope that they have some better players recruited around that time because it's in March. So yeah, I'm just so disappointed, man. I like to the point I'm speechless. But you know, we move. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm gonna cry like Troops last night with Jamaica, bro. That was tough, man. Like seeing Troops. I saw the footage last night. He was Troops. I feel for Troops, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm not gonna do the crying thing. I'm not gonna do the flipping out. It is what it is, man. We move on because there's still a chance, and even for Jamaica still has a chance as well. So I don't know why Troops was like so upset. Of course, directly qualifying is better than go through that hellhole that's the playoffs. But at the end of the day, you still have a chance. You know what I'm saying? So keep the faith. But Jamaica's a better team than Suriname, so I feel like they should be able to advance. Like if Suriname keeps the same team and the same players, throw that shit in the garbage, man. You know what I'm saying? That's yeah. Suriname, man. You koude mapimas. Ik weet echt niet hoe je dat hebt weggegeven, echt. Serieus. Now I'm speaking Dutch for the first time on my channel, but it's like... Subscribe to the channel, like and share the video, and then this weekend we got some football again, man. I don't know exactly when Arsenal and Ajax are playing, but I do know that the North London derby is this weekend. Of course, no Gabriel, right? But that doesn't mean that this team should not be able to beat Spurs. They should be able to beat Spurs. And I hope they beat Spurs, because if you don't beat Spurs, congratulations, Manchester City with another title. Yes. And as far as Ajax goes, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I'm already looking forward to the next season, because this season, to me, as far as Ajax is concerned, is over. So yeah, we move on, man. Subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. PJ's POV, new episode. Go check it out for anybody that is black. You know what I'm saying? Go check that episode out. It's a good episode, man. And yeah, man, Suriname. Again, you have a chance. Don't fuck it up. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity. I'm just quoting Eminem right now.